One quiet evening, a girl named Isa was sitting in her room and slowly scrolling through her favorite social media app, just like she did most nights when she wanted to relax and pass the time after a busy day. As she looked at different pictures and posts, her eyes suddenly stopped on one photo that looked very beautiful. To her it was a calm and peaceful picture of a colorful sunset, with the sky painted in shades of orange, pink, and purple, and the light shining softly on the trees and water below. The photo was posted by a boy named Tom. And what made Isa feel curious was not only the picture, but also the words he had written under it. Because his caption said something kind and thoughtful, he wrote about how important it is to find beauty in the small and simple things in life. Isa looked at the photo for a while, and then she smiled because she also loved sunsets very much. And she felt a quiet connection with Tom's message, even though they had never spoken before and did not know each other at all. Feeling a little nervous, but also excited, Isa decided to send him a message that simply said, "I love sunsets." 2. Where did you take this picture? Because she really wanted to know more and start a friendly conversation with him. To her surprise and happiness, Tom replied very quickly and kindly, and soon they began talking more. First about sunsets, and then about many other things they both enjoyed, such as their favorite music, the movies they liked to watch, and the places they wanted to visit one day in the future, even though they lived in different places and had never met in real life. Isa and Tom felt very comfortable talking to each other, and their chats started to happen more often, becoming longer and more meaningful as each day passed. What began as a simple message about a sunset slowly turned into something much more special. Because over time, Isa and Tom started sharing not only their likes and dislikes, but also their personal dreams, their thoughts, and even their quiet fears that they did not often talk about with others. After some weeks of texting, Isa and Tom realized that their feelings were growing stronger, and they felt like they were slowly falling in love with each other, even though they had only met online and had not seen each other face to face. Soon, they began making video calls, and those calls would last for hours, filled with happy laughter, sweet moments, and deep conversations that made both of them feel warm and close. Even though many miles were between them, every video call, every good morning message, and every little chat brought them closer, and the time they spent together, even just through a screen, became the best part of their day. After many months of talking and building a strong connection, Tom felt that he really wanted to meet Isa in person, so he gathered the courage to ask her if they could meet, and she happily said yes. because she also wanted to see him face to face. They decided to meet at a cozy little cafe that was located halfway between their two homes, so that both of them could travel and meet in a place that was new and special for both of them. On the day of the meeting, Tom arrived at the cafe a little early, feeling both excited and nervous at the same time, because he had been waiting for this moment for so long and wanted everything to go well. As he waited, his heart was beating fast, and he kept looking at the door, hoping to see Isa walk in at any moment, and when she finally did, he felt like time had stopped, because she looked even more beautiful in real life than in her photos and video calls. Isa smiled when she saw Tom, and he stood up to greet her, and for a few seconds they just looked at each other, both feeling a little shy but very happy to be together at last. They spent the rest of the day talking face to face, laughing about old messages, remembering funny things from their chats, and learning even more about each other as they sat in the cafe and walked through the nearby streets. Later, in the afternoon, Tom took Isa to a small park near the cafe, and together they sat on a bench to watch the sunset. Just like the photo that had started everything between them. As they watched the sky slowly turn orange, pink, and purple again, Tom looked at Isa and felt very peaceful, because he knew that this moment was the beginning of something real and special, something that might last for a long time. From that day forward, Isa and Tom became closer and started spending more time together, visiting each other whenever they could and going on little adventures to explore new places and make happy memories. They took turns traveling to each other's towns, walking in parks, taking pictures, trying new foods, and enjoying the simple joys of being together after so many months of being apart, even though it was sometimes hard to be in a long-distance relationship. Isa and Tom always found ways to stay close and strong because they truly cared about each other and wanted to make it work. They supported one another during the hard times, whether it was exams, at school, work stress, or family problems, and even if they were tired or busy, they always found time to send a kind message or make a short call to show they were thinking of each other. Their love became stronger because they learned to appreciate every small moment, every message, every laugh, and every shared story, even if it was just through a phone or computer screen. But as time passed, life slowly began to change and new responsibilities started to appear for both Isa and Tom, which made things a little more difficult than before. Tom's job became more demanding, with longer hours and more stress, while Isa had her own challenges with school, family duties, and other personal commitments. They still cared about each other very much, but their long conversations started to become shorter. And the daily messages they once sent with joy started coming less often. Isa began to notice that Tom was not as present during their calls. And even when they spoke, he sometimes looked tired or distracted, which made her feel a little sad and confused at the same time. Tom also felt bad because he knew he could not give Isa the attention she deserved, and he missed the simple joy of talking to her for hours, like they used to in the beginning. One evening, Isa gently said, "I miss our long talks," and Tom sighed deeply and said, "Me too. I feel like we are slowly drifting apart, and I don't want that to happen." At that moment, they both realized that even though life was busy, their connection was still important, and they needed to make time for each other again. They decided to create a small plan together. Simple promise to always keep one day or one evening each week just for each other. No matter how busy life became, they started setting reminders, writing short messages even during busy days, and calling each other again to talk about their dreams, their day, and their little moments of joy. Even though things were not always perfect and life was sometimes hard, Isa and Tom learned that love grows best when people make time, stay honest, and never stop caring about the small, beautiful things, just like a sunset that starts quietly and becomes more beautiful every minute.